Hello, MiniGT fans. We have the Ford Shelby GT500 Dragonsnake concept from 2020 today in Oxford white. It being a concept car, that's probably the only color option. But maybe, actually, I think MiniGT will obviously make other colorways of this. If anyone knows, please leave a comment whether or not this is a real car now, like that you can buy. It's been a few years and I don't read magazines about cars or websites, so I just like collecting toy cars. Alright, so this concept had a 5.2 liter V8 making 800 horsepower via supercharger. There's a 7-speed dual clutch transmission and it's geared for drag racing. So this thing would do 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. And many other upgrades took place, like the whole suspension with MagneRide, a carbon fiber hood, and a carbon fiber wing, and then the wheels are forged, but I couldn't find out how big they are. So interesting, yeah, you can actually have a better blister inside of this. So you can actually throw this blister out because this one's better. And this is number 318 of MiniGT, and it's licensed if that matters to you. Yeah, MiniGT rocking it out. I actually have the blue with white stripes MiniGT Mustang, but this one has a funky wing, so why not? And also the wheels look specific. They're not, to this vehicle. They're a different molding, I think, than that other MiniGT Mustang. And now I'm noticing it actually has this Dragonsnake logo on the front. I'm sorry, on the rear quarters. That looks pretty good, right? Look at that. Screen model. Alright, so the wing is at a different angle, if you want to be really picky. Okay, oh, but it's probably an adjustable wing, so maybe this is acceptable. Anyways, I doubt there's a better 1/64 scale version of this vehicle made by anyone, so you either like it or you don't. Alright, well, for me, I like it. It looked pretty good to those photographs. Let's see here. Let's try this pick out today. I found a bunch of different picks in this house. Gum. My problem is it's very thick. It blocks out the model. No, this is not going to do. So I'll go back to my gum one where I ripped off the rubber end. Alright, so these forged wheels here, 7 spokes it looks like, they're okay. They look similar enough to that photograph, and then there's 5 lug nuts recesses. I don't think there's any graphic in the middle though. No graphic. You can see the tire tread blocks. I wish they weren't there, but they're not too bad. It doesn't look like a truck. We have this GT500 Dragonsnake printed very well. This Shelby Cobra thing printed very well. The white's having a little bit of a hard time covering up the casting, but that's every brand's problem, not just MiniGT. And then this Dragonsnake, that's nice. It's a gold Dragonsnake, and very cool. A little red here in this molded reflector area. None in the front. The rubbery mirrors via MiniGT are nice. Then the door handle looks really nice. Then the blackout of the side molding looks good. Then we have the clear lenses over a silver painted light bucket with a lot of molded details back there, so that's great. We have some silver here for this turn signal, I'm gonna guess. They're orange in the photograph, but maybe the lights are on, so maybe this is just a white lens on the real one. I'm not sure. Nice texture here, here. And then, what is this here? This black printing. Oh, this is part of the casting, but it's well done. This little graphic comes down and then around here, and that's on the real car. Yeah. So they're carrying this graphic across on the metal casting to blend with this base. So, good job. Interesting how they did that. We have a nice chrome Cobra in there. Let's see. The blue stripes down here. Yeah, okay. Then the hood here, bunch of molded and venting details, and they're painted black. Well, hood pins, they're also molded in and painted. These wipers are part of the window molding and painted, as well as the whole outline of the windshield graphic. Looks good. And then the stripes carry across all the way to the back, and they're pretty straight. Yeah, good job. This side of the car, I don't see any QC problems. There's a fuel filler door on this side. Yeah, looks good. Alright, so there's wing here. Yeah, I guess the only issue on this one is maybe, I don't know, they're matching pretty close, but for some reason I feel like it's hooking the stripes, or something isn't straight there. But on the vehicle itself, well, anyways, I'm nitpicking there. And then we have a carbon fiber, I think it's a printing, very tiny texture, but I think that's literally the paint. I gotta try to get some light in here. Yeah, nice thick red taillights, and then they have the molding to help out more of the refraction in there, so that's good. Shelby printed very well there, and then that blue stripe actually carries across to this surface and down here, so that's very good. It's great that they have something in the license plate area. Ford something, is it legible? Ford Performance, very nice, legible. I mean, this is a dental pick, a really thin dental pick. Nice recesses in the exhaust tips, painted silver. These tiny little reflector stripes are painted well, and then I don't know if this is a brake light or what, but it's painted silver. Some more texturing in these vent areas. This plastic wing seems okay. Okay, so it's pretty darn good. Going to the bottom here. Oh, I see. Separate pieces here. These mufflers are painted silver, and then you've got the two screws. The treads look very nice, very modern, very wide tires, which I think for an 800 horsepower Mustang probably makes sense. The only problem is they never tell you what the car is. There's plenty of space to do it, but MiniGT just doesn't do it in like 90% of all their models. Let's take a look at the inside here. Alright, I have to find the screwdriver. It's just a cheap screwdriver set I got at Harbor Freight, but it came with 2 Phillips and they're smaller than usual, so they work well for these little models. Yeah, typical molded details. I have an urge to repaint this, but I'm not going to because the concept car seems to have a black interior, at least in the photos I pulled up, so I guess I'll just leave it alone. Yeah, you can see the little pins here holding those mufflers in, and then let's see what the window, there's just one pin in the middle. Alright. Yeah, so the grill is a separate black plastic piece, so that's the pins. Those are the pins to hold that in place. I'll put this back together. Yeah, it rolls well. I'm pretty sure all MiniGTs rolls. Okay, so I'm starting to build up a Mustang collection here. Let's see, I got this green light of a Boss 429 from the 60s. Actually, let's go in order. Then I have this 73 Auto World of a Mach 1. I have this green light drag car from 1993 with an Arizona Highway Patrol livery. There we go. You can see the size obviously increased quite a bit, but this Fox body generation seems to be smaller. Fuel economy was a big issue back then, and fuel economy is a big issue today, but no one seems to care. Right? I guess if you care, you buy a hybrid or an electric vehicle. If you don't care, you buy 800 horsepower Mustangs, if it's for sale. Again, I don't know, it's a concept car, so I don't know if this ever became a selling car. I think the normal GT500 is around 100 grand with all the options. I could be wrong though, as usual. But as usual, MiniGT comes through again with what seems to be a flawless model. I don't think there's anything for me to complain about, and you know that's rare for me. I guess maybe... No, I don't even think those stripes are off. I think it just depends on what angle you're looking at the vehicle. Yeah, they actually look straight. So that's really impressive that they carried all those blue stripes across pretty much every surface of that vehicle. Yeah, very nice. And then again, with Mini GTs, the screwed together bases, if you want to customize things, swap out some wheels, it's really easy to do. I really wish all brands did that. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you in the next Mini GT review.